The situation in the Persian Gulf has taken another sharp turn, and tensions are rising faster than many expected. Just when analysts thought military pressure had peaked, a new development changed the strategic picture. The United States has now moved a second aircraft carrier strike group toward the region, signaling a serious escalation in posture. This is not just routine naval movement. It's a calculated show of force. With diplomacy under strain and regional actors on edge, every deployment now carries political and military meaning. The balance between deterrence and confrontation is becoming increasingly fragile. A second U.S. aircraft carrier is being deployed to operate alongside an existing carrier already positioned near the region. That creates a rare dual-carrier presence, something only used when Washington wants maximum readiness and rapid response capability. Two carrier groups together dramatically increase air power, surveillance reach, and strike flexibility. It also reduces vulnerability by spreading assets and creating overlapping defensive layers. This type of deployment is meant to send a message without firing a shot. It tells adversaries that options are prepared, forces are in place, and escalation control now depends on decisions made on the other side. This move comes during a period of strained negotiations and aggressive rhetoric. Political leadership has warned that failed talks could lead to severe consequences, raising the stakes for all parties involved. Meanwhile, regional allies are reportedly urging stronger action against missile capabilities and weapons infrastructure. Intelligence assessments suggest weapons programs are being rebuilt faster than expected, adding urgency to military planning. When diplomacy slows and military readiness rises, history shows that deterrence signaling becomes more visible. Carrier deployments are one of the clearest signals a superpower can send without crossing into active combat operations. Military planners don't send dual carrier groups without reason. These deployments require enormous logistics, escorts, air wings, and support ships. Fuel, munitions, maintenance crews, and intelligence assets all move together. When two groups operate in proximity, they create sustained operational tempo, meaning aircraft can launch continuously in rotating waves. That allows around-the-clock patrols, strike readiness, and defensive coverage. It also gives commanders flexibility to split missions between groups if threats appear from multiple directions. This is not symbolic. It is functional, practical, and built for high-intensity contingency planning. Headlines surrounding the deployment have been dramatic, with reports linking carrier movements to broader regional security concerns. Stories mention rising missile inventories, hardened facilities, and expanded air defenses. Other reports discuss cyber measures, communications restrictions, and proxy activity across nearby conflict zones. Whether every claim is accurate or not, perception itself influences strategy. Military moves are often designed not just for battlefield effect, but psychological impact. When adversaries believe capability is present and ready, deterrence becomes stronger. The information environment now plays almost as big a role as hardware on deck. One major advantage of newer carrier technology is improved aircraft launch efficiency. Modern electromagnetic launch systems allow faster turnaround between takeoffs compared to older steam systems. That means more aircraft can be launched in less time, increasing sortie generation rate. In simple terms, more jets can fly more missions per day. That matters in both offense and defense. Faster launch cycles also allow flexible response to unexpected threats like drone swarms or missile launches. When paired with another carrier nearby, the combined output becomes even more significant for sustained operations. Air wings aboard carriers are not identical, and that diversity adds tactical value. Some squadrons specialize in stealth penetration, others in electronic warfare, air superiority, or strike missions. When two carriers operate together, planners can assign roles based on strengths. One air wing may focus on suppressing air defenses, while another handles follow-on strikes. Electronic warfare aircraft can shield strike packages by jamming radar and communications. Surveillance aircraft extend detection range and coordinate responses. This layered approach is designed to overwhelm defenses through coordination, rather than sheer numbers alone. Threat assessments driving these deployments include missile forces, drone capabilities, and layered air defense networks. Modern air defense systems can track multiple targets and attempt interception at long range. That forces attacking aircraft to rely more on stealth, electronic attack, and standoff weapons. It also increases the importance of early detection and targeting accuracy. Military doctrine now emphasizes disabling sensors and command networks first, before striking hardened sites. This sequence reduces risk to pilots and improves mission success rates. Dual carrier groups support this doctrine by providing depth and redundancy. Proxy forces also complicate the threat environment. Armed groups using drones, rockets, or fast attack boats can create unpredictable flashpoints. Even if they lack high-end technology, their speed and numbers can pose tactical challenges. That is why layered naval defense systems are critical. Escort ships bring missile interceptors, radar coverage, and close-range weapon systems designed to stop incoming threats at the last moment. Defense today is not a single shield. It is a stack of overlapping systems. Each layer buys time and reduces the chance of successful attack. Stealth aircraft play a special role in modern carrier strategy. Their design reduces radar visibility and allows deeper penetration into defended airspace. They are often tasked with the first wave of missions, targeting radars and missile batteries. By degrading defenses early, they open safer corridors for follow-on aircraft. These jets also carry precision standoff weapons that can be launched from safer distances. Combined with electronic attack support, they form the spear tip of modern strike doctrine. Their effectiveness depends on coordination, timing, and intelligence accuracy more than raw speed alone. Multi-role fighters provide the bulk of sortie numbers. These aircraft are flexible, capable of air combat, strike missions, and close support. They can carry varied weapon loads and adapt to changing mission needs quickly. When operating from carriers, their reliability and maintainability are critical factors. High sortie rates depend on fast refueling, rearming, and inspection cycles. That is why deck operations are choreographed with precision. Every minute saved between launches adds operational value. In dual carrier operations, this tempo multiplies across 2 flight decks. Weapons carried by carrier aircraft range from precision bombs to standoff missiles. Standoff weapons allow strikes from beyond dense air defense coverage. Precision guidance reduces collateral risk and increases target effectiveness. Missile-armed escort ships extend strike range even further. Cruise missiles launched from surface vessels can hit distant targets without exposing pilots. This combined reach, air plus sea launch, creates strategic depth. Adversaries must defend many directions simultaneously, stretching their defensive resources. That complexity itself becomes a deterrent factor. Electronic warfare aircraft are a critical but often misunderstood component. Their mission is not dropping bombs, it is controlling the electromagnetic spectrum. They jam radars, disrupt communications, and confuse targeting systems. In modern warfare, blinding sensors can be as decisive as destroying weapons. Without reliable targeting data, even advanced missiles lose effectiveness. Electronic attack also protects friendly aircraft by masking approach routes. This invisible battle happens before and during any strike package. Dual carrier presence increases available electronic warfare coverage. Airborne early warning aircraft extend radar vision far beyond shipboard systems. Flying high above the fleet, they detect threats at longer ranges and coordinate responses. They act as airborne command nodes, linking ships and aircraft through secure data networks. Early detection allows interceptors to launch sooner and defensive systems to prepare. In missile or drone scenarios, seconds matter. The earlier a threat is seen, the higher the interception probability. These aircraft are force multipliers. They make every other asset more effective. Escort ships form the defensive backbone around carriers. Destroyers and cruisers carry advanced radar and interceptor missiles. They are designed to counter aircraft, missiles, and sometimes ballistic threats. Close-range defense guns provide last-ditch protection if something gets through. This layered shield is continuously upgraded as threats evolve. Modern naval defense is networked. Ships share targeting data in real time. That cooperative defense increases overall survival probability. 2 carrier groups mean more escorts, more sensors, and more interceptors available. Strategically, dual carrier deployment is about leverage as much as readiness. It gives policymakers more options without immediate escalation. Military power becomes a negotiating backdrop. The message is preparedness, not necessarily intent to strike. This supports diplomacy by showing capability while leaving room for talks. Deterrence works best when credible and visible. Carrier groups are among the most visible tools of state power projection. Their presence changes calculations across the region. Negotiation dynamics are affected when military timelines and diplomatic timelines intersect. If talks stall while military assets arrive, pressure increases. Each side tries to gain advantage without triggering open conflict. Signaling becomes precise. Exercises, patrols, statements, and deployments all carry meaning. Analysts watch these signals closely for shifts. Misreading intent can raise risk, so communication channels matter even during tension. Military readiness and diplomatic outreach often operate in parallel tracks. Internal political factors also influence external posture. Governments facing domestic pressure may adopt firmer foreign policy positions. Security narratives can strengthen internal unity during unrest. That dynamic appears across many countries, not just one. Military signaling outward sometimes connects to political signaling inward. Understanding that context helps explain timing. Strategy is rarely driven by a single factor alone. Hypothetical conflict scenarios often focus on swarm threats, many small attackers arriving simultaneously. Defense against swarms relies on layered interception and jamming. Electronic attack, interceptor missiles, and rapid-fire guns all play roles. Airborne assets may target launch points while naval systems handle incoming threats. Training exercises frequently simulate these scenarios. Preparation aims to compress reaction time and automate parts of the response chain. In such scenarios, stealth aircraft might bypass the swarm and strike command nodes instead. Removing coordination can collapse the attack. Follow-on aircraft would then strike infrastructure supporting further launches. This sequence reflects modern doctrine: disrupt, degrade, then destroy. Speed and sequencing are more important than raw firepower alone. Dual-carrier air wings support this phased approach. Command and control networks are prime targets in modern warfare. Disrupting communications slows enemy reaction and creates confusion. Electronic attack and cyber operations often accompany physical strikes. The goal is systemic paralysis, not just equipment loss. This integrated approach defines contemporary high-tech conflict planning. Layered defense also protects naval assets themselves. Missile interceptors engage at long range, medium range, and close range. Each layer provides another interception chance. Redundancy is intentional. No system is perfect alone. Together, they raise survival odds significantly. Two carrier groups multiply these layers. Operational tempo is another advantage of dual groups. Maintenance cycles can rotate without losing coverage. One deck launches while the other resets. This supports sustained presence rather than short bursts. Persistence can be strategically decisive. Air Force land-based assets often integrate with carrier operations. Long-range bombers, tankers, and surveillance aircraft expand reach. Joint operations increase flexibility and reduce single-point dependence. Modern warfare is joint by design. Technology advantages matter, but coordination matters more. Data links, shared targeting, and synchronized timing define success. Networked forces outperform isolated ones. Dual carrier groups are built around that network principle. Ultimately, such deployments are about deterrence and readiness. They provide options, not guarantees of action. Strategy remains fluid and responsive to events. Observers should watch movements, messaging, and diplomacy together, not separately. The coming weeks will likely determine whether this remains signaling or shifts toward confrontation. Much depends on negotiations, regional behavior, and crisis management. Military posture sets the stage, but decisions determine outcomes.